Austin is on your side with Dave Froehlich, Katie Orth, Zack Shields, and Jane Lonsdale.
7 o'clock on your Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Mike, our floor director, just said sit and situate. We were trying to get ready.
I got to be honest. It's 6:59. It's not 7 o'clock yet. I mean, that minute.
Well, I always think like there's a million alarm clocks and watches and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of them say 7. I'm sure some of them say 7:01.
That's true.
Yes.
Very true.
It is still 6:59, and that's why we needed to sit and situate.
Real fast.
Real fast. And
we did. We're here.
Sitting and moderately situated.
All right. Do you want some beer right now? Probably not.
Oh, I forgot we had to read. I'm like, I don't know. You holding? What's going on? Yes, a corn dog company in Texas is pairing beer and a condiment in a whole new way. Fletcher's Corny Dogs, you know those up at the fair, they've teamed up with Martin House Brewery to release a mustard beer. It's meant to give off bold and tangy flavors, even features a mustard yellow color. But to try it, of course, you got to be up at the State Fair in Dallas because it's the only place they're selling it. Mustard beer will be featured at the Corny Cafe, the Big Tech stand, and the Thrillway stand. And I'm going up for Texas OU, and I will get one of those.
It doesn't sound too bad. And that corn, if it comes with that corn dog, I'm really in.
Well, that's a classic State Fair combo.
You don't even need the mustard on the corn dog. You just take a bite of the corn dog and then drink the mustard.
Yeah, I still like a little mustard on the corn dog.
You do? You need both? Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, I need a picture or it didn't happen.
Okay. I mean, that's a tough assignment because those lines at Texas OU Day at the fair, but at least we know where to go.
All right, guys, the wait's almost over. It's cold front day. It's just a few hours away from moving on in. It's 71. Looks good outside already. Mainly clear skies. The storms we had last evening are long gone. It's clear up at Santa Rita Ranch, 73 degrees. Clear, a little cooler at Augusta Bend near Fredericksburg at 69. Way to go, Mason. You're hitting the rainfall jackpot this morning. Most of the storm action is well off to our east in advance of this front. That's going to sweep across the area by the middle of the day, producing more wind than rain. There's an outside chance we could have 1 or 2 showers bubbling up when that front comes through over our eastern counties. At the bus stop this morning, it's just warm, a little humid with 70s, tons of sunshine. By the time the kids come home, a cooler, drier, refreshing breeze out of the north. That's why we're only going to warm things up to near 90 degrees. And this is just the beginning of this fall preview for sure. You're going to love the mornings and evenings around here. I'll show you how cool it's going to be and how long the humidity will stay nice and low with that Fox 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. But right now it's traffic time. Here's Jane.
Thank you, Zach. Good morning, everybody. 7:01 is your time. We are taking a look outside the TechSat cameras I-35 right near Riverside Drive. We're already seeing that northbound slowdown here as traffic is coming in towards downtown. No reports of any crashes along I-35. As we head on over to our maps, we do have a new collision to tell you about. It's affecting northbound traffic in Mopac. It's right at the ramp to 360. Right now, Austin police are on scene. Look for delays of about 5 to 7 minutes there in the northbound direction of Mopac this morning. Heads up to a stalled vehicle as well along US 183. This is in the northbound direction at Oak Knoll Drive. We're seeing stop and go traffic back to Duval Road. And a check of your drive times on Mopac Martin Skyway to Enfield Road at 2 minutes, 9 minutes. Mopac to 2222 on 360 and on 290 I-35 to Mopac at 5 minutes. Have a great Wednesday. Now sending it back to you.
Opening statements are expected this morning in the trial of Christopher Taylor, who's charged in connection with the death of Marista Silva 5 years ago. Fox 7 Austin's Jessica Rivera joins us live in studio this morning with more. Morning, Jessica.
Good morning. This is the second trial Austin police officer Christopher Taylor has faced this year. This trial comes on the heels of a mistrial for Taylor in a separate murder case. Jury selection wrapped up on Monday afternoon. Taylor and another officer shot Dr. Maurice Da Silva at his home in July 2019 after responding to a 911 call. Police say Da Silva was having a mental health crisis. Da Silva was threatening himself with a knife to his throat. When officers asked him to put the knife down, he took 2 steps towards cops and the officer shot him. Today, the state will call its first witnesses on stand in this trial. Fox 7 Austin previously spoke with Taylor's attorney, Ken Everin. After the recent mistrial, his defense lawyers told Fox 7 Austin they'll come to court as many times as it takes.
In the event that they intend to do that, obviously we will be ready, and we will try this case as many times as it takes to get a not guilty.
After a jury deadlocked at trial last fall, a new grand jury declined to re-indict Taylor in the Ramos case this past June. Opening statements are expected to start at 9:15 this morning. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Jessica, thank you. Well, a plea deal has been reached for suspected serial killer Raul Mesa Jr. That's according to a spokesperson for the family of Gloria Lofton. Mesa is accused of killing Lofton in 2019 and accused of killing Jesse Fraga in 2023. He was also convicted for killing 8-year-old Kendra Page in 1982, only served 11 years. Lofton's family says they were told about a plea agreement. They're not happy with it. Victim's family wants the suspected serial killer to go to trial. The plea deal is expected to be officially accepted in court on Monday. Also this morning, police are investigating a double homicide near the DK Riata apartment complex. Officers were called out to the scene to do a welfare check. That's when they found 2 bodies inside. The names of the victims have not been released. So far, there's no word on whether a suspect has been identified or is in custody. So if you have any information, please call Austin Police.
The appeals court has denied a motion by Attorney General Ken Paxton to block a gun ban at the state fair. As of now, guns will not be allowed at the fair when it starts up this weekend. This year, the fair changed its policy on those with a license to carry. That change came after a shooting incident last year involving an unlicensed gunman. Paxton argued because Fair Park is owned by the city of Dallas, governments can't prevent licensed gun owners from carrying. Fair Park is owned by the city of Dallas, but the state fair is a private organization that leases that property.
If the 15th court says you lose, Mr. Paxton, the same as the trial court did, he has one more appeal left. And that's why he was pressing for a ruling early in the week. He can go to the Supreme Court in Austin and ask them to weigh in on this question and for them to order the state fair. No, don't put this in place. When you open, everyone has a right to carry, like Texas law says.
State Supreme Court could say this is a matter for the legislature and let them clear up the language of the law when they get back in session coming up in January.
Former Governor Rick Perry spoke to Fox 7 about his decision to get back into Texas politics. So he's accepted an offer to be a senior advisor for House Speaker Dave Froehlich. He's helping the embattled speaker retain his leadership job in the state house. Perry told Fox 7 he believes Froehlich has secured enough votes to remain speaker, despite efforts by a group of House Republicans who are calling for a new leader.
The speaker's race is over with. I mean, he has the votes, he has the commitments, and you know, there may be people out there talking about that there's another avenue or something else, but they're just talking through their hat, in my opinion.
Perry says he is working with Speaker Froehlich on a school choice plan when the session starts in January. Perry says he plans to support efforts to expand mental health services for military veterans. He's also an advocate for the development of modular nuclear power generators.
Governor Abbott has deployed state resources to Florida ahead of the storm that will soon be making landfall. Texas A&M Task Force 1 made that trip yesterday. The unit is made up of 80 first responders, 15 vehicles, 6 boats, and 6 dogs specializing in urban search and rescue. Helene is expected to strengthen into a major hurricane before landing along Florida's Gulf Coast. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has already declared an emergency for dozens of counties in that state. Time right now is 7:07. Much calmer around here. Zach?
It sure will be. We're going to be on the dry side of that hurricane landfall off to our southeast. Around here this morning at the bus stop, mainly sunny skies. A little warm, a little muggy. We're in the 70s. A lone shower on the loose out there in Mason County. We say hello to a cold front. It's going to be a dry, breezy front with most of the showers staying off to our east, but it will give us a hint of fall. We'll talk more about the good weather news in the Fox 7 Day forecast coming up next. A Good Day Austin rolls on.